Welcome to the League of Ordinary Geeks. I'm your host Mahoney.
I'm Bauer.
And I'm Andrew.
The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars Episode 9. The most anticipated film in the Star Wars saga. Probably the most important film in the Star Wars saga, as it wraps up the whole Jedi story. That is why a tremendous podcast, this tremendous review, needs a tremendous special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, he is my friend and yours, all the way from the Big Smoke, George.
Oi oi. I feel like now it's my Del Boy impression.
Kirsty.
I'm actually from here. Don't come to my house.
How you been doing, George? How is London?
Good, mate. It's definitely the hype has hit Leicester Square. I walked through Leicester Square and they had obviously like European premiere.
Oh.
And I was there like the day before. It was mad.
Yeah.
And like all my managers went the day before, or loads of people. So it's definitely all well and good in the Big L.
Are you happy to be back in the countryside?
Mate, can't keep me away from can't keep me away from Big X.
Good.
You could take the boy out of Exeter.
But you can't take fucking arena out of George.
So, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. We watched it all last night being Saturday. I watched it again with you, Bauer, on the Sunday. It was released on the Thursday, so we were in like that like twilight zone, that limbo of not seeing it opening day. And we heard all of the reactions. You know, would you say the reviews and the reactions were very mixed?
Yeah, I feel that that's with everything though. Everything that's mixed reactions, and it's your reaction that is the main thing at the end of the day.
I feel like ever since The Last Jedi, it's now cool to hate on it. Whereas before, it was like, oh, if I say I hate it, I'll get like crucified by all the Star Wars nerds.
Yeah. But
now it's like it's acceptable to write a bad review.
Yeah.
So with the mixed reactions, did that affect your hype going into it?
do you know what? I watched Last Jedi first time. I thought I was really indifferent. I was like, I didn't like it a lot, and it was watchable.
Yeah.
So you walk into work or you go anywhere, and people are like, I hate it, I love it, and you're just like. And the problem is when you turn around and you're like, I don't really have an opinion. People are like, what? Like, how?
You must join a side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Join the dark or the light.
yeah. Like, did you even watch it? Like, yeah, mate, I was there for the 2.5 hours.
So we're gonna do a spoiler section, but I just want to hear your guys' general reaction, like a 2-minute summary of what you thought. Do you think it wrapped up the saga well? Do you think there was any bumps along the way? Andrew, let's start. No, actually, no. Fuck you, Ange.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
Let's start with our special guest, George.
It's me. Do you know what? I went into it completely out of hype, and I was like, okay, let's just see what it got, and really tried to get into the story. I came out and I was just like, oh fuck. Do you know what? The first one didn't impress me, and all the way through I wasn't impressed. And I came out and I was just like, oh, like that was that. I didn't need to see it. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of glad that certain stuff got answered, but I wasn't like I needed to see that or it added anything. I was just like, I wasn't pleased.
Again, you're like Last Jedi. Would you say you're indifferent about it?
No, this one I probably didn't like.
Wow.
It was. Do you know what? It was like everything that happened. I was like, okay. There was no part that I was like, whoa, fuck, that's amazing. There was just no part of it, and there was so much stuff going on. I kind of trailed off near the end.
Really?
Yeah. So that's probably me.
Well, that's a great start.
Always.
Andrew?
Oh no, fuck me, go to Bauer.
Okay, Bauer?
Well, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. Like George said, there were a couple snags in the road a bit, but like, okay, but I got the feel of I think it's Empire Strikes Back, number
5?
Yeah. I got no, not number 5.
Number 6?
Number 6, yeah, sorry. I got feels from that, kind of.
It's been like
Towards
that.
the end.
It's been like that all the way through, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And so it brought me back to that kind of time, and I did enjoy it a lot. But as George said, there were a couple snags in the road, basically. But apart from that, I thought it was alright. It wrapped up a few things, not all of it, but it wrapped up the saga in general, I think.
Andrew?
Oh, finally me! Hooray! Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as Bauer. Same. I thought there were some really good things in there. A couple of snags, but I thought there was quite a lot of nostalgia in the film itself. Sort of things that you didn't think would actually happen, but obviously relates back to the older films, which I thoroughly enjoyed. That's pretty much what Bauer's already said it, really.
My opinion of the film, and I've been struggling to sum up my initial thoughts. This film is like that really hot drunk girl at every house party. Looks fantastic, and it's got some nice features. But when you sit down and talk to her, you realise her past is a bit.
She's been sick on herself.
She's been sick. Yeah, she's been sick on herself. Her past is a bit damaged, and but she's on the mend, and she's trying to find closure.
Mm.
But the film is a hot mess. It's an entertaining hot mess. This film, I was entertained throughout, but like what everyone said, there are a few points which I cannot justify. Yeah.
I get it.
I get that feeling.
I get that, yeah.
I get that feeling.
There were so many parts I was like, oh, now this is happening. And it wasn't a thing of like, I didn't understand. I was just like, why? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get why this has happened.
There's a lot of things in this film where it's like there was no lead up to this, but now we're going
It's
with
kind of
it.
like it so presumes that you've seen the two before as well. Because if you hadn't seen those two, you're like, I ain't got a fucking clue who that guy is.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Mm.
Like, there's so many people in that film, and it's just so much going on.
And- Yeah. Any more general thoughts?
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to give it all away now.
Yeah.
Like I said, this film is a beautifully well shot, well directed, hot mess of a story, which I feel concludes nicely.
Yeah, I didn't come out thinking, why haven't they told me about that?
Yeah, no.
Everything that should have been answered did get answered, I thought.
Good.
It kind of ends it like, okay, that's how it happened, blah, blah. There was no part I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I agree.
Should we go into spoilers?
Yes.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Right, everyone, spoiler alert. Andrew, you say it, make sure they know.
Thanks, I get the honour. Oh, God. Don't listen to the next part of this podcast. There are
We'll
spoilers.
have to skip. We'll
Yeah,
find out.
don't watch it and listen to the rest of this podcast unless you've obviously seen the film. Back to you, Mahoney.
So,
Where do you want to start?
where do we start?
Yeah, where do we
Let's
start?
start with the good, as always. What was everyone... Now, George, I know you said you didn't have a particular favourite scene,
No.
but what was your favourite scene?
I'll just bring up my notes. No, do you know what? Honestly, every time Palpatine was on the screen, I enjoyed.
Palpatine was
He was
sick.
really good.
He was really good in this
brought,
film.
like, even when I heard the laughing in the trailer, I was like, oh, cringe.
Yeah.
But when he was on, I was like, he actually comes across as like really threatening, really sinister.
Yeah.
And like even near the end, when it's the whole thing of like strike me down thing, I was like, oh fuck, this is getting really good.
Yeah.
Like, I really like, but I don't know if that's a thing of how he came across or that Ian McDermott's just got that character.
Ian McDermott's just got that character
Yeah,
down.
definitely.
Pretty
Definitely.
much.
So, did you like the way Abrams handled it?
What?
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a massive thing of because before I watched it, there was a lot of chat with my mates at work, being the whole thing of that Star Wars is going to go into a time travel thing. So then that would explain how Palpatine shows up, and then they can correct all the things that have happened, and then that way everyone goes back and it's all quite made up. I know that it's canon that Palpatine is a clone and he makes it well, but I liked how he wasn't fully there, and then near the end it was like that was clever. I thought with the life energy, and then like he finally came back. I was like, that's quite cool. And his eyes like all went yellow, and I was like,
Back to the way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna get really good.
Yeah.
And but then it all went.
It all went to
you know,
shit.
you know what I did like as well? You know when it was the sound design,
Yeah.
Palpatine's like lightning.
Oh yeah.
When he first shot that like massive spiral and
mate.
it took all the, I was like, that was sick. Like,
That was probably my favourite scene.
yeah,
When it just goes all quiet. It just goes.
yeah, and it's like a proper like distorted lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because that showed like so much power,
Power.
and that was I thought was really cool.
Because it's unlimited
Power.
No.
I don't know if I'm watching this with gold tinted glasses. It might be my favourite portrayal as Palpatine.
Betrayal.
No,
What do you mean?
portrayal.
Oh, if it's a betrayal.
Yeah.
It's like, he's betrayed evil.
No, I love the whole.
Join the dark side.
I love the whole aesthetic of it. I love the Sith temple of which he lives in. I love the way he's on this like big mechanical robot arm thing to help guide him around.
Yeah.
I love his throne, and I love the way. And I think this is more J.J. Abbrams. Every time, if in the Sith temple, when the lightning, or like with the thunder or the lightning,
Yeah.
you could see like slight, subtle changes to Palpatine's face.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Yeah,
Goosebumps.
definitely.
What was your favourite scene, Bauer?
It wasn't my favourite scene, but I think the way they brought the film into it was pretty damn good. Like straight away into
The Kylo
battle.
Ren stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
straight
that's-
away.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
I actually really like that. It
That
just-
really shocked me when I
Yeah.
watched it. I was like, "Oh, we're here."
Yeah, exactly.
We're here now.
Straight away, I was like, that never really happens in a Star Wars saga.
It's quite slow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, this was sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he normally gets all like the warm up to gently get yourself into it, but that it was just straight to the point.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like what he'd done after, actually found Palpatine and stuff like that. And
Yeah. Like how
actually
Palpatine actually got introduced. into
Yeah,
it as well.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It was perfect.
What
It
do
was
we
actually
think
perfect.
of Palpatine making Snoke?
Well, when I saw the clones of Snoke, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay.
I felt it was a bit cheap, to be honest. It's kind of like at the end, it's like we'll just blame everything on Palpatine,
Pretty much.
and he didn't get mentioned at all for the two other films. I was like,
No, and
it's kind of a bit of a get out of jail card.
I want to
yeah.
get into that later.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. No,
Get out.
remind me.
Podcast ended.
Yeah.
Andrew, favourite scene?
I say the lightning and the beginning was very good. This is going to sound really stupid, but I really liked the scene when they're trying to get the memory out of C-3PO with the little alien. What's it called? Balba, I think it's called.
What, the little thing?
Yeah, I don't know
Balba
what.
Figs, I want to
Something
say.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just really liked him. That just made the scene for me. The way he talks in his alien language, and then he's just speaking poor English. It just sounds really good.
You can tell he's 420 friendly.
Yeah. I don't know what. That's just one of my favorite. That's my favorite scene, I'd say.
No, I really enjoyed C-3PO's storyline in this. I thought he really shone in this film compared to the other two.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He had a lot of good lines, which made me scared that he was going to die.
You know about the line of having one last look at his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
No, the line when they all fall through the quicksand, he's like, "You didn't ask for my name, but I'm okay."
That's it.
he had a lot of really good lines.
He
Oh,
was
yeah.
a bit of like comic relief, wasn't he?
Well, that's
Right,
what he
right.
always was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, compared to the other droid, like there was that R2D2 in that fucking the
Dio.
funnel head.
Yeah, Conehead.
Yeah.
Friend, happy.
That was at 25 quid from Hasbro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, was it just me? But every time I was watching through this film, I can just see toys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely.
Oh, yeah.
thought that.
Definitely, yeah.
I definitely thought that in the desert scene when the stormtroopers are on those really cool like desert riding bikes.
Oh, yeah, when they flip up and
They flip up and the jet troopers like.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, I can see that toy advert.
Yeah.
Fly now.
They fly now. I thought that was a really good scene actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
definitely.
No,
Just rushed, mate.
you thought it was rushed. I
I
thought it was.
I'll wait until we're on the bad points.
Ooh.
But it's-
Ooh.
I appreciate that they were cool.
I thought it was a good action piece.
Okay.
Yeah, so did I.
I thought so as well,
It
to
was,
be
yeah, it
honest.
was cool actually.
Yeah. I thought, my favourite scene was Rey versus Kylo.
What, when they're on the water bit?
Yeah, on the Death Star,
Okay,
on the
yeah.
broken Death Star.
Yeah, that was
I
pretty
thought that was
cool.
a
That's
really, really good lightsaber battle. No score, just the waves, and visually it looked stunning as well. Just raw, pure emotion from both Kylo and Rey, with what a lightsaber battle should be.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, that kind of links into one of my bad / questions at the end.
Right.
I also really liked it when Luke was raising up his own X-wing.
Oh
Yeah, that was cool.
That's just one of them wholesome Star Warsy moments. And also, at the end, Chewie finally got a medal.
Yes,
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So much nostalgia.
Yeah,
in that.
exactly.
I didn't really throughout the whole film.
No.
But as soon,
I
soon
I
as
was
he,
sat next to him.
as soon as he got that medal. Apart from that,
I liked the bit where
Fan service.
you first see Rey's power, basically, where she's trying to, like, her and Kylo are locked in that battle at
On the
the
transporter.
desert again. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
on the
transporter.
yeah.
And then obviously she goes and the fucking
Fires
thunder
lightning
comes out,
at it.
basically.
Yeah.
I'm going to reserve my thoughts for a different category on that.
Bad.
But did you think J.J. Abbrams did a good job on the directing side?
I mean, directing what? Like making the characters actually be like the characters, or like the actual like how the story played out?
How the story played
Story,
out.
yeah.
The scenery, the camera shots.
It looked like same again. It looks stunning.
It
Like, it
looked-
looks amazing.
it was a
At the end of the day,
beautiful-
you can see why they've spent so much money and how much they've invested. Like, it does look brilliant. It's just I don't know. I don't know if I've got the problem with him like directing it, or how it was just the. I mean, we're going to get on to the bad points. But I mean, he was. Do you think he was better than like Gareth Edwards for the Last Jedi?
No, it was Ryan Johnson.
And him.
Gareth Edwards did Rogue One.
Yes. Do you think he was better than? Do you think he was better directing than Last Jedi?
Last Jedi was stunning as well.
Yeah.
All of these sequel
I'm not sure if
trilogies,
it's just
yeah.
the same like art department or like the same
Probably.
Wouldn't surprise me.
same CGI company.
Yeah.
Because the shots are all kind of the same. It's like you see the huge planet there.
Yeah.
And it's, but I know what you mean. And you see the destroyer there and stuff like that.
There's just so many points that was like I thought that they were gonna do, and I was like, I really hope they don't do that. It was like when they went into Palpatine's eyes, and then went into Rey's eyes. I was like, oh, you didn't need that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just kind of the really obvious stuff. It was, you know.
I hear. Andrew, any other good points from you?
I liked how they didn't actually get Finn to say his something to Rey.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't actually make him say anything. It was that end of pretty much.
Do you think that's kind of like an unanswered question though? Like they should have kind
No,
of made that point.
I mean, when you see in films that sort of thing, you pretty much know what they're going to say.
Mm.
And I'm just glad they didn't because it felt really predictable.
Nah, to me it's bollocks. My name's Finn and I got a secret but I won't tell you. They planted the seed and they kept bringing back that plot point but it never got revealed.
No, it
You
didn't.
know Disney are just going to fucking release a
Standalone.
like a 4-issue comic book which reveals the secret.
Yeah, but that's like. Are we in the bad points yet?
No, I'm disagreeing with Andrew's good point. What did we make of Finn as a character in this film? Because I think I really liked him in Force Awakens. I thought he got a bit shafted in Last Jedi. What did we make of Finn in this?
Pointless.
Yeah,
Why is
pretty
he in
much.
that film?
Yeah.
He does literally nothing. All he does is he's like, "Oh, Ray's there. Oh, Ray's going there." Fuck off, Finn. I know that. I can see him.
Do you think there was like a bit of love interest between Finn and Rey?
I thought he came across a bit of a player.
A
He's only
bit.
got the one girl from Last
Yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Then the other girl turned up. He's like,
Ooh.
John Boyega's doing it.
And was he like there was hinting that he's connecting to the Force as well in this?
Because I can
It's-
feel it.
Yeah, it's like the comms are coming up
That's
from that.
the video, John Boyega. What the girls you've been with.
No, when he says, they've moved the communication signal to that Star Destroyer. He's like, how do you know? A feeling.
Yeah.
And like every time when Rey died at the end, he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So, but Finn had all of the secrets, but nothing was ever explained.
He's
Pretty
like
much.
all fart, no shit.
Pretty much. But do you know who I thought was all fart and sparkles? Poe Dameron. We finally got some backstory to him.
Yeah, that's what I was
We
going to say.
finally
yeah.
got some character development.
Yeah.
Thank Christ.
A small part, but it was still there.
It will do. It will do. Bauer, any other good points?
Not from the top of my head, actually. No, not at the moment. No.
Personally, I thought with the limitations of what J.J. had to encounter, of course, with the death of Carrie Fisher, and The Last Jedi was basically a big fuck you to Force Awakens, as Wines Johnson's kind of tied up all the plot points. I thought this film did a good job of wrapping up, bringing stuff back, and concluding the story as a whole.
Yeah, it was very nostalgic, I thought.
Well,
I think, like, for example, seeing like the old Death Star.
that was cool.
Yeah,
that was good, but they brought that back.
Seeing like all the old characters, like the Jawas, the Ewoks.
I just thought it was a bit cheap. It was like
Really?
Yeah, it's like you know, like, don't get me wrong, it was cool. When like Rey turned up and it was the same throne room from the Death Star, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then it was like, oh, okay. And then like the Jawas, I was like, oh, okay. And then when she turned up in like Skywalker's house, I was like,
Okay.
this is definitely going to end with her looking at the sun. And I was just like, and then it happened. I was just there. At that point, you need like the sandcrawler to just drive through that.
Yeah.
Too predictable.
Yeah. But it's been like that all the way through, so don't really know what I'm annoyed.
You're trying to say there weren't like enough risks in a way.
Well, this is the thing. Everyone's shits on Force Awakens for being too similar. Everyone shits on Last Jedi for taking too many risks.
Oh, no, I didn't think that.
No?
What risk did Last Jedi take?
Well, with Luke, the whole Luke thing.
Mm.
Luke not being the hero.
That's definitely like
Rey not... The payoff of Rey being no one at the time, as we thought. Killing Captain Phasma in the second act.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole casino scene.
I think that's just genuinely how you view movies, how you digest them.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be like, oh, I preferred this because of that. Yeah, I think it's rare to find someone who's like, I really like The Last Jedi, and I really like Rise of Skywalker. That would be so rare, I think.
I see, because I like Last Jedi. And I like
one in the building!
There's one on this podcast. So, if we haven't got anything more good to talk about this film, which I think we talked enough,
Yeah, I think.
should we move on to our next segment?
questions.
Yeah.
It's
What? Are we on
Question Master. Yes,
We're on the
Question
bad
Master.
points yet?
No, it's Question Master.
Fuck!
Question Master is in between the good and the bad. From when you just watch the film and you think to yourself, what was that for? What questions do you have, Bauer, about the Rise of Skywalker?
Well, I want to know what your guys' opinions are on this. I mean, the whole thing with Kylo Ren going from obviously bad to the light. I mean, you saw snippets of it, but it wasn't him turning to the light side in Last Jedi and Force Awakens. You kind of got snippets of him like fighting with himself basically, but I feel if they had it in the Last Jedi, if they had that, had a bit of him kind of turning, then I think I would have got it.
I thought they
better,
did. I thought they did in Last Jedi. He was hinting towards the good side. When he killed Snoke.
No, but I know what you mean.
That's
like,
because he wanted supreme control himself. Like that's the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like,
yeah.
well, maybe I am. No, you're not. Maybe
Yeah.
I am. No, it's not. It's
No,
like
you're
in,
not.
obviously like Force Awakens. It's like kills Han Solo. Now he's really bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Rise of Skywalker is like, I've literally saved you. Now he's really good.
If he
And
just
it's-
injured Han Solo, if he maybe put him out of commission, by,
Yeah.
maybe
And I
chop
see
him off an arm
no,
or
no,
something
because
like
I love
maybe.
that though, because he did the one thing Vader couldn't.
True.
I get why he killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it as well.
And obviously it made sense for him to do that.
No.
I just think it was in one film. It's too quick for Kylo to kind of make
To do that
change.
360 turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, continuing on that point, like I said before, I love the fight between Kylo and Rey on the old Death Star.
Yeah.
And then Leia walks off, and asshole face Mads is like, oh, Leia's got to do something. It's got to take all of her power. Then Leia sits down and goes, bang. And then Kylo stops.
Yeah.
and then Rey stabs him, and then Rey's like, "Oh, what have I done?" Heal.
I think she felt obviously.
Did she Rose stabbing
Leia's-
Kylo? She felt Leia.
Yeah, I think so. I think he felt her life force draining away. No, she felt her life force draining away. Basically, I think that's why she had come to that realization as well. Like, oh crap! Like,
But what did Leia actually do?
I think she just reached out to him basically.
I,
Like,
What? Yeah,
I
but-
thought the idea was that because she has sacrificed herself for him to turn good.
Was that
That
it?
was what I got. That he is like she is obviously Rey's obviously stabbed Kylo in effect of killing Kylo Ren, and Leia has now helped him come back to be like Ben.
Ben Solo.
Which I was like, oh okay, that is kind of a cool thing.
Ah, now you said it like that. It does
That's
make
what
sense,
that's
yeah.
what I got, because then it was obviously a thing of now that he's good. Now Leia is obviously gone, and then that.
So
kind of
Leia
makes
sacrificed
sense.
herself to get all of the hate out
Yeah.
of Kylo. to
That's
make him
what I
dead
got.
alive.
From it.
And I did like the way Harrison Ford, Han Solo come back.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a really good,
Oh,
touching
I don't
scene.
know.
No, you don't know?
I was a bit like, I thought like, oh, they've had Luke, they've had Mark Hamill in it, they've had Carrie Fisher in it. When's Harrison Ford?
Well,
That was what I did.
Where's my paycheck?
Yeah. I did think he was a bit of. I get it. Right. Oh, now you're.
I see. No, I thought it was really tasteful.
Yeah,
I thought it was a
agree.
really tasteful scene, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Maybe,
was
maybe
the
at this
turning
point
point.
I was like, fuck's sake.
Maybe, yeah.
Get back to Palpatine.
Any questions, Ange?
What do you guys think of some of the newer characters? Like, for example,
Zori.
yeah, Zori.
Why is she in the film?
To give Poe the fucking captain's medallion.
That, and also to a bit more backstory into it.
Yeah.
And to get C-3PO's memory wiped.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only reason.
It's just,
I've seen.
it's like, because she turns up and it's like, I don't like you. And then in the space of 5 minutes, it's like, do you want to come back with me?
Yeah, no.
I was like,
It's the cheapest, I think it's the cheapest character development book.
it was all.
It's the cheapest
It's- yeah.
storyline for a bloke. You don't know his backstory. You bump into his ex. And it's like, oh, she doesn't like me.
And then it's like, but I mean, would you say that about Han Solo type thing? Because obviously, like, he charmed Leia in a way.
Yeah, but no, it's
But
not like...
that's not as cheap, is it? Because it's
No,
like,
exactly.
it's taken a
It's,
while.
yeah, and it's taken
Yeah.
place now.
This is like, I've literally just met you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, I just.
She looked okay. She
I
looked
was-
like a toy.
I
Pretty much.
She kind of looked like she wanted to be Django Fett a bit too much.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were thinking more along the lines of a sex robot, but okay.
And that.
Well,
I got a question.
Can't sell that.
you can. Just not the kids.
The Disney black market. I've got a question. What do we think of Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter?
Seen it a mile away.
Yeah.
Do you feel... I got this feeling after watching it the first time. With Darth Vader revealing that he is Luke's father, it's just kind of... It turned out to be the best plot twist of all time, but it also cursed the franchise. Because now everyone has to be a family member of everyone.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Contained, like, strong power.
Yeah. It's just they're like, can't they just think of another twist?
Well, no, but it's the same thing. Like, I'll play it too close to like how the original.
The
films
original
were.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the father, and the problem I have with it is that I personally I'm not a fan of like the characters in this saga at all. Like, I really couldn't care. I'm like, if there is no part of me when I'm like, oh, I hope they're all right. I know they're all right. And obviously that's supposed to be a big moment when Rey's like, now I don't know what to do, and I was just like, I don't care.
No.
What? Like, you haven't done anything else through this entire thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, your parents are this. Oh, they got killed. And the whole thing has been, who's Rey's parents? And at this point, I still don't really know who they are.
No.
They're
First I thought,
Palpatine's son.
is it
or
though?
daughter.
Because it is canon now that Palpatine impregnated Anakin's mum. So did Palpatine impregnate
shit.
Rey's mum? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
Because Anakin was always the virgin birth.
Mm.
There was no father. Palpatine used the dark side of the Force to impregnate.
I thought the canon was that Darth Plagueis turned up and took Anakin and gave him midichlorians.
No?
Yeah.
No?
Fuck me, there's too many YouTube videos.
Yeah, but surely at the end when Palpatine was there, like, time to get rid of you, Skywalkers, and stuff like that. Surely that's kind of like defeated the object of what they were going for at the end of the day.
Yes.
Effectively, that is his grandson or part of his family as well.
Well, exactly that.
So that's like ruins that fucking theory, isn't it? Really?
Because it's like, so Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, but he's also Anakin's dad? Father?
Yeah.
Take away from that, who is... see, this is it. I don't know who Rey's parents are.
No.
Are they Palpatine's son? Then that's how... Then they had a kid, and that's how Palpatine's like her... Fuck me. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter and Rey's father is Palpatine's son.
Yes.
Or it could be
Palpatine's daughter.
I just see this is it. I don't know.
Like I said, I go back. The Darth Vader twist in Empire was one of the greatest things of all time.
Sorry.
but it's cursed. But it's cursed. This franchise.
Pretty much.
Everyone has to be a descendant from someone.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it in Last Jedi, where it's like, no, you're no one. You're not linked to anyone.
I get that.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Disney's like, oh, no one liked that. Palpatine was the answer. Don't get me wrong, it's a sick answer, and we got a sick Palpatine in this film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
He was obviously the best part of that film.
well, yeah, of course.
Easily.
So are Kylo and Rey kind of related in a weird Sith father lore?
Yeah, I mean, isn't Rey his like great aunt or something like that?
No.
What?
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
Because obviously
No.
Darth Vader is the son of Palpatine.
No.
No. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Anakin, yeah.
And then obviously
okay.
Rey is his granddaughter, and then so Kylo Ren is obviously Darth Vader's grandson. So I mean, is that?
I think it's like a doctor.
How does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like a Jeremy Carr episode. You are the grandfather.
Let's bring Graham on.
You are the grandfather, but you're also the great uncle.
Yeah.
I think. Well, does it count if Darth Sidious impregnates someone using the Force? Does he still have to go to family, like after school?
It's still his life force, I
Meet the
guess,
parents,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's still his life force
or
that he's
maybe,
putting into
you
this
know,
woman. I mean,
Maybe it goes back to the thing of it's like, there are parts of the Force that some consider like unnatural, and maybe that has a part to do with it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's not a thing that Dave explained to me.
No,
That's
exactly.
just me trying to be like,
figure it out.
This is
trying to wrap your head
connecting
around
the
it.
dots,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure Disney will release a fucking book about
yeah.
it.
They
Well,
have
because
to,
nobody's
they
got
have
film.
to,
Yeah.
surely.
6 months down the line or something.
Yeah.
George,
Hello.
what questions do you have for this film?
Why, basically?
No. Why now is it with General Hux that now all of a sudden he's a spy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
And again, there was no payoff.
There wasn't.
But
That's
he's
it,
like,
no.
he literally didn't do anything.
No.
He's like, oh, I'm a spy, really. Okay. Have you got someone to help? No.
Nah.
Oh, brilliant. I guess in a way he stopped them from getting killed or whatever. But that just kind of felt a bit of like, J.J Abbrams got a checklist and like, oh shit, we forgot about General Hux.
Hux.
He can be a spy, and that's it.
Well,
Who's the guy who's the general?
General, what's he called?
Like Peyton?
No.
No, the one who kills Hux.
Yeah.
Who's he?
He just came out of nowhere, man.
Yeah,
But
pretty
they
much,
was like,
yeah.
but you know when like he was speaking to Palpatine and like the hologram.
Oh yeah, it's like once I served you before. I'm
Yeah.
guessing he was a young bloke.
He must have been.
I
yeah.
In
literally
Return
had
of the Jedi.
no clue.
I had no idea.
Neither did
I was trying to think like Target, and I was like, no, he's
No,
blown up.
he got blown up. But no, yeah, Hux. I liked his kind of twist because all the way through like Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, he was very Empire focused, which he still is in this film. He just wanted Kylo Ren to lose. I was like,
Yeah, which has been built
I know,
up in Last
I
Jedi.
know. I was like, oh fuck me, some character development. Fuck me,
Can't
right?
sell that.
I know. Can't sell that. Bang, dead. There was literally no payoff for that. whole
Yeah,
film.
he just felt a bit cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions, but Bauer?
No.
No?
I can't think on top of my head.
Andrew?
What did you think towards the end where you saw Leia and Kylo's bodies disappear?
They come on the Force, eh?
Yeah, what did you think? What did you think of it? Personally.
Well, when Kylo's body
yeah, and Leia's
And Leia's disappeared.
I mean,
at the
it's,
same time.
it's supposed to be the same thing, isn't it? Like, oh, they're not, like now one with the Force, I guess.
I guess. Is that how it works? Your family member needs to die too?
Yeah, because it's the whole thing of like, oh, if you strike me down, I'll be more powerful.
Yeah. Or did Leia transfer her spirit into Kylo? Again.
More questions. Yeah.
I don't know. I personally,
Is that how it works?
I
I
had a massive,
don't
personally, I had a massive problem with that scene, but we'll get into that.
Well, that's a nice segue. Let's talk about the bad of the film. George,
Oh, Ryan, stop me.
You're very eager.
let's talk about that kiss.
I mean, Sam, you were standing next to me.
I
think we had a fleeting one.
we did. We looked
moment.
when he was stroking his face. I was
I
like,
was
like, this is acceptable.
Do you know what it was?
No
Do
more.
you remember when we went to go see Rogue One?
Oh, yeah.
And it was when the two main characters,
Jane
like,
Erso and John.
looked at each other, and I remember being like, I really hope they don't kiss. There is no romance made at all in this, and they just hugged, and I was like, that was perfect because there was no romance. And why did they kiss each other?
Half an
No
hour ago, they were at each other's fucking throats
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
fucking lightsabers.
Oh, and then it's not even a thing of I like you in a certain way. It's just, oh, this can work.
Yeah.
And then what? He smiles and then he dies.
Yeah.
I kind of found that very predictable.
It came out of Westfield for me. I was like, why is that a thing?
Yeah.
It would have been better, honestly, if he had saved Rey, and then they looked at each other, and then he died.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh shit, like, but the
Shit, he
kiss
really
thing-
sacrificed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kiss thing is like,
That came out of fucking nowhere.
Well,
It wasn't even needed.
No.
what I got from that kiss was like, before when he was like, next time you're going to take my hand, when they were doing those force visions or whatever.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
Oh, being
And-
connected.
Yeah. And I think, didn't she say on the Battle of the Death Star that, like, I was going to take your hand or something like that?
Yeah.
And then there's kind of a bit of the slightest bit of romance there, and I think that's what they built it up from, basically.
Yeah, but no, I
I
thought
guess,
it built from like power. We'll be the power couple. We'll be the next fucking JC and Beyonce.
but even then,
Yeah.
I was never like, oh, this is going to be
No.
husband-wife thing.
No.
I thought it was just going to be two people who were very powerful, and that was that.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
weird
just-
now that Palpatine's both their grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's throw some Game of Thrones into this.
So have we all agreed we don't like the kiss?
Yes.
Or it was not
Basically,
good.
It was too weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Do you know what else I didn't like? The Knights of Ren.
I don't know. I thought they
They were
looked cool.
pointless.
They
though.
look cool.
They
They, did nothing.
They genuinely didn't do
They
it.
just they marched around that desert planet. They marched around what's it called, Kabibo.
Something like that.
Oh, the Exegol place.
No, the one where.
Oh, they had Burning Man.
no,
what's her face?
no, the one with Poe's ex,
Oh, Jimimi or something.
something like that.
Jeez.
The one,
I swear it was called like Jimimi.
I thought it's called like
Sounds like a hooker name.
Kabobo. Anyway, Dart's Farm, whatever it's
Dart's
called. So, what was I talking about? We
The
saw
Knights of Ren.
Yeah, we saw the Knights of Ren march around there, and then they're hiding in the Jedi Temple, and they have a somewhat of a cool fight. No, I would take that back.
Yeah, they
It's
got
not
their
even
ass
cool
kicked.
at all. Yeah,
They just
the
got
Knights
their
of
ass
Ren were advertised in the Force Awakens.
Were they?
Yeah. They were in that vision when Rey touched.
Oh,
Luke's-
yeah.
They were in that vision. We didn't see them at all in the last film. They finally come to fruition in this.
Yeah.
This was the payoff.
Nothing.
It's
Literally,
just-
them looking sinister at times, and then they surround Kylo, and
He kills him anyway.
yeah, he just
Can't,
takes him out.
can't wait to
straight
read that comic book of what they did in between.
away.
Can I make a bad point?
Go on.
Why did he change? What's with the helmet? What does that mean?
What helmet?
You know when he
His
puts
helmet.
his helmet back on, now it's red. Oh, he's got like red cracks in it.
Yeah?
I swear they said something about it near the beginning. It was
It
like,
looked cool.
oh,
I
those
thought-
red lines are.
Do you know what it is?
blinded
I
by
can
it.
see through. Oh no,
I
Rey's,
fucking,
yeah.
I Kylo Ren became shit as soon as he took that helmet off. There was that point with Han Solo. I was looking, I was like, fuck me, Adam Driver just looks weird.
Because I really liked that because, of course, in the build-up to Force Awakens, you never saw who or what was under Kylo Ren's mask. And there was so many fucking speculations going on. I like the way, as soon as he took it off, it's like, he's just a normal dude. He's just a normal dude who's super powerful.
Yeah, don't you think that because that's a Darth Vader thing. Like Darth Vader didn't take his helmet off the entire saga until the end, and you're like, oh my god, like he's actually like a real person.
Yeah, thank
the
God.
whole way through, he's like, oh, I'm bad. Oh, no. Like,
I didn't like it any time he took off his mask.
Neither did I.
No.
It was cool, like when they were all. Then he's like speaking to the generals and stuff, and he lifts that guy.
He lifts that guy, yeah.
That was cool.
I was like, oh fuck me, Kylo's back.
Yeah.
And then he took it off.
Do you know why I think he actually started taking it off more? I think because when he looked at the Darth Vader mask, he was like, I think I've gone above you now. I've gone above you, so I'm like, you know what? I don't need to wear this mask to like cover myself up. I am who I am, I guess. That's what I got from it. That's about it, though, really.
Nah.
Well, I say from what I had heard,
yeah,
the reason he had those cracks in his mask, and he started wearing it again, was to show that he'd gained what he claimed as his pride was back.
True.
That's what I've heard.
That's a cool way of thinking about it.
Reading through the cracks.
Yeah.
So, but what did we think of Kylo Ren as a character of a whole between the whole three films?
The whole saga.
Yeah.
Well, the pussy boy.
Should have been. Like,
Yeah.
could have been.
Yeah. A
He
lot of
could've been
lost
so much
potential,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I don't think they knew. I don't think when they were writing it, they were like, how is this going to end? I don't think they started off writing The Force Awakens was like, he's going to turn good and then he's going to save Rey at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think they had that at all.
I don't think so.
That kind of leads into my next point. Do you feel like there should have been an episode 8.5? Or there was an episode 8.5 and I never saw it? Because they introduced plot points out of fucking nowhere.
It was so quick.
Yeah.
The pacing is mad.
Mate,
Yeah.
so yeah, you cannot
Yeah.
think about this film. When you go, hang on a minute, well, what does that mean? Boom.
Seriously.
Already to the next scene.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw me, because I kept checking my watch. And you know, like when it's like Rey does a training thing, then they go to Burning Man, then Chewbacca dies, then they get to the ship, and I was like, literally half an hour has gone.
Yeah.
I know, man.
I
This
can't.
film does not slow down.
No.
But like the whole Palpatine thing could have worked splendidly if they hinted at it in the last film.
Yeah.
It's just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well,
If-
nobody knew about it until the trailer.
Exactly. My theory is Disney told their episode 7. Rian Johnson wanted to tell his episode 8, and J.J. Abrams came in and told his episode 9. What made the original trilogy work so well? Because don't forget, the original trilogy had 3 different directors: George Lucas, John, and John. I can't remember their names, but the things that make it work is that they had George Lucas running the show still. George Lucas writing the script, and the prequels, as bad as they are.
George Lucas is part of it.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not saying George Lucas is the saviour, but it's that consistency of one man's vision.
It's the same
Yeah.
shit, isn't it? Like, you can't... It's like all this stuff. It's kind of very similar to how Game of Thrones ended. You can't...
Yes, it
you
is,
can't
definitely.
set up... Because the thing is that you start it and you're like, oh, okay, someone's been killed. Maybe it was someone, Or the butler could have done it. And then by the third film, it's like, well, of course it wasn't the butler. It was this guy. How did you not know? And I'm like, so you've set this thing up that doesn't mean anything now because I'm an idiot and I've listened to the story.
I know exactly. Like it was like in the Last Jedi. In the Last Jedi, if Rey was using the lightning came from then, just the lightning. Plant the seeds throughout. It's mad that J.J. Abrams wrote episode 7 and then Rian Johnson said, fuck you, I'm going to write my Star Wars film. And then J.J. went, well, fuck you, I'm going to end this Star Wars film.
He's like on a clean-up job, isn't it? Because then he's like, I've got to throw in everything that I've got.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, I'm going to throw stuff of what I had an idea. Like, you know when Finn was talking to John, the ex-Stormtrooper girl?
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that's obviously a plot point from his episode 8.
Yeah.
His sequel. So I felt like J.J. Abrams was putting in stuff of which he wanted for episode 8, episode 9, where he was playing clean-up at the same
It's
time.
weird, isn't it? Because the girl from episode 8 is such an afterthought in this film.
Oh god! Do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah. Well, I'm glad about that because she's not the best character in the world. I like the way she's.
we are working with the
mate.
cream of the crop.
I like the way when Rose started talking. I swear I saw the camera like slowly shifting away. But remember in the Last Jedi when Finn was about to sacrifice himself?
Yeah.
And then Rose is like bangs into him and goes, "That's how we win. We work together," sort of thing. Well, in this film, Finn's like, "Oh, I'm going to blow up this Star Destroyer." Rose is like, "I'm coming." Goes, "No." And she's like, "Okay."
Not letting you ruin it again.
Yeah, don't ruin this again, Rose.
This is my moment, bitch.
But do you agree that there should have been, or there was an episode 8.5?
Well, it should be episode 9.5 and then.
There's too much in it.
There's too much new stuff. At least in Return of the Jedi, there's not a lot of new stuff. Yeah, there's new elements like the Ewoks, shall we say, but yeah, that's really it.
But I'm not struggling with the list of characters in the originals.
No.
Like, fuck me, even Jabba turns up in A New Hope, and he's one of the centerpieces in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and they wrap that up.
Yeah.
And they go to a new planet, Ewoks, new toy, and then they wrap up with Vader and Luke.
Yeah.
With this, you cannot introduce new shit without planting the seeds within 7 and 8. And that's the detriment of having a two-man vision of over 3 films.
Or it's like, you've got all those new characters, you've got all the old characters for fan service, and then you've got all these planets you want to throw, and then you've got the story to finish off, and you're just like, do you think that film would have been any different if Lando wasn't in it?
No. Lando, as cool as he was...
Yeah. Don't you think he had that weird bit at the end, like, let's find out. Who's like half my age.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to do like a solo film with her?
Definitely.
Yeah, because the way that camera panned on her for way too long for just a throwaway line. So yeah.
Yeah, it would have been better if it was just like, I don't know who my parents are. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, right.
We'll never find that out.
Disney.
So, any other bad points from you, Ange?
Yeah, the predictability. Like, for example, the termination scene when Chewie, Poe, and Finn are about to die, and then...
What, you would rather see them die?
No, it's just the fact he goes, what's he called?
Hux.
Hux just goes, actually, I'd rather do it myself. You could just tell it was...
I couldn't tell.
Really?
I couldn't see that coming, because I'm an idiot.
On that, I felt that every moment something like that was so cheap.
Yeah.
Chewbacca got killed apparently in the transport.
Yeah.
No, he's alive. Then it was, Poe Dameron's going to go down with his ship. Oh no, all the other ships from everywhere else come saves him. Oh, Ben's got killed off because Palpatine threw him down a fountain.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not.
No.
I was just like, fuck off.
There was a lot of...
Just someone died.
Yeah. Then when Hux died, I was like, not him.
For a sequel trilogy that fucking loved killing off everyone's favourite character, they were reluctant to kill people in this film.
Yeah.
Like, even with Poe Dameron's ex, they blew up Dart's farm. And then at the end she's like,
He's still there.
Yeah, she's like, I'm still here. And the whole Chewbacca thing, I thought when Ray blew that up, I was like, well, shit.
That was a really... I was
speechless. I was
her
like...
power, she can't control
Yeah.
her power.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I was like, shit, they did it. Was
Yeah.
not expecting that. Then literally 2 scenes after that, Chewbacca's back. And then the scene after that, they're talking about how they lost Chewbacca. I was like, tone-wise, this doesn't work.
No.
As an audience member, I know Chewbacca's alive. Get over yourself.
Yeah,
you
pretty
don't
much.
even need that scene.
Why couldn't we discover the audience when Chewbacca's alive when they discover Chewbacca's alive?
Yeah, exactly. That's so much better.
It's the same thing with the pacing. Like, I can't stop to think about, Chewbacca's dead. That's quite sad. Straight away, it's like, well, we're sad about it, but let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And also, they bring back Rey's lightning powers. Once we saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I thought she was going to have a fucking sick lightning battle
Yeah,
with
so did I,
fucking Palpatine.
Yeah, so did I.
How did we think of Palpatine's death?
not good enough. It's just a bit too
No.
quick.
Wasn't
Like,
epic.
No, it
Wasn't that epic,
No.
though?
The most epic part of Palpatine, as we were saying, was when he shot the thunder up into the sky.
The worst,
Lightning, yeah.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's what I
the
liked.
worst part is when he's like, "I am all the Sith," and then she turns around and goes, "I am all the Jedi." I was like, in my head, I was like, "Please don't say it." It's so cringe.
But did you think that's one of my favourite bits though? Is when she's laying on the floor and all of the past Jedi's are
Yeah,
telling
I
her
like
to.
that.
That's
to, like,
I
get
like
up.
yeah, that is
Mate,
cool.
watching it for the second time, I got goosebumps, and I was listing off every fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
Who said it? I was like, "This is so sick." But no, I do agree. I got like Iron Man vibes.
Yes, I was about to
It's
say
the
that,
same thing.
yeah.
Like, do you think that film was too close to Endgame, or tries to be too close to Endgame?
I was saying, Bauer was saying this earlier, like the end scene where all the ships come in,
Yeah.
kind of like Endgame with everyone coming through the portal.
I can see where you're coming from, but with Endgame, we saw characters which we thought died off, and we saw
I
clans.
thought Chewbacca died.
yeah, God shut me up there. No, but like you saw the Wakandans, you saw the Asgardians, you saw all of the magic men from Doctor Strange.
Yeah, yeah.
In this and in that specific scene, when you see all the ships,
It's just like the ships, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you. Oh, that's her. You know, that's him. That's her.
They could have incorporated that a bit better. They could have had like maybe a few ships join them at the beginning and be like, "This is all we heard of," or something like that, and then you think, "Oh shit!"
Even in the fan
fan
service, like trying to be back in, and it's like Red 5 standing by, and it goes through like all
Yeah.
the different ones. You go about that.
Yeah.
But they were too
Easily
busy
have
going
that.
like.
Well, you see
you
one
got-
or two. I think that was literally.
Yeah, oh, they're too busy showing Poe Dameron yelling.
Yeah.
Go down and, and Lando Calrissian doing fuck all.
You said it, Chewie.
Yeah, I know. He's like, ha ha ha.
It's not Bill Cosby.
Look at all.
Where's Lando going? Oh, there's one with a siren chasing him. I'm out of here. And then there's the uncle from Fresh Prince. Will.
Oh.
Mashed potatoes.
Where you? I don't know about you, but when we were reviewing Attack of the Clones and I saw Kid Fisto push a droid away, I was like, the Jedi have only got two powers: Force push and lightsaber.
It's like all the games, isn't it?
I know, yeah, exactly. I was like, why don't Jedi's have utilised these powers more within the film? So when Rey shot that lightning, I was like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like no shit people want to go to the dark side. They got all the good toys. Well, and then we get introduced to another Jedi power in this film. Healing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You don't have any of the Siths have that, do you?
No.
That's why Palpatine's so like,
Oh!
you can use this on me type things. Naturally, he doesn't have that power.
Yeah, but where did the healing come from?
It's supposed to be because they're both really, really powerful, so they're allowed to do it. That's what I got.
Yeah, but it got introduced when they were in that cave and that
No, the fucking snake.
the snake
Well, yeah.
snake thing.
No,
yeah.
didn't it happen
Did you
in-
say I put some of my force
I put
into
yeah,
it? So
yeah,
it heals it basically?
yeah. No, but no. If they hinted at that before,
No, because
Would've been fine.
don't John Boyega get killed nearly at the end of Last Jedi?
yeah, no,
She
yeah,
saves
but
it.
he was in the medical room.
Oh, fuck me.
Again, if they introduced it, like if Finn gets badly cut up and then Rey discovers on Luke's temple planet, island, I can now heal. Again, they're introducing plot points and threads which were never in the last two.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Kylo brings Rey back to life.
It's the other way around, isn't it? Rey brings Kylo back to life.
No, Kylo
No.
brought Rey back because Rey
At
died.
the end.
Yeah, sorry.
Then
yeah.
Kylo brought her back. I
Yeah.
was just there like, what?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, the only way you could probably think your way around it, obviously with them being connected, how they have been throughout the film.
I'm connected to my mum, Ange, but I can't bring her back to life.
No, I'm saying.
You need to go back
Obviously,
to training.
Ray had obviously healed Kylo, and then with them being connected, maybe he learn that ability once he had
Or
changed
because he
sides.
went to the light side.
Yeah, maybe
I
because
was
since he
gonna-
changed the light side,
was-
he
It's still a
learned.
stupid plot twist.
Yeah,
it's-
it's
but
still a stupid.
That's the
plot
only way I
twist.
can think that way around
Does it
it.
only work on Jedi, like Force users?
That sounds like a dirty porno.
I was
Jedi.
going to say,
Jedi.
do you notice when Rey's supposed to be dead, you see her hand twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
I
Like,
noticed
I
that.
noticed. I was like, fucking hell.
So I was trying to see if she'd blink. I was trying to see if she would blink or if she'd move her eyes slightly.
Yeah.
Come on, do
Do
it.
you know what
do
as
it.
well? Rey cries a lot in that film. There are
What?
so many tears.
Mate, there's so many tears and there's so many. If I have to sit through one more, I said this in my head. If I have to sit through one more scene of Rey doing shit and then she has a "That's so Raven" moment, and she's like, "I gotta do something. I won't tell you, but I gotta do it."
Do you know what I do think was cool? The only part I actually thought the bit with Rey was cool. You know when she goes in the Death Star and like her evil self comes up against
That was cool.
her?
That's
Oh,
fucking-
I like
that was
I-
basic.
lightsaber.
The
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
The fact that it starts off duel
Yeah.
and then it goes into
I was like, that was-
Yeah.
I was like,
Darth Maul.
we need more of that.
Can't wait for that Toys R Us exclusive.
Yeah, right.
But
Oh,
fuck-
pop exclusive.
Yeah, but like some fucking. But the whole healing is like so in Revenge of the Sith, when Palpatine's like, "Have you ever heard of the Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? When Plagueis brought, he can bring people back to life."
Yeah.
I always thought that was a bollock story to
Yeah,
get
same.
Anakin to the dark side to help manipulate him.
It was the same thing. It's one of the canon there. Like,
Well, no, it's like, well, but I always thought it was just Palpatine manipulating Anakin. Turns out it's a real thing. When Palpatine was all surprised when they had the life healing force inside of them.
it's. I ain't got anything to
Well,
say.
because Palpatine, like, if you think about it, the way Palpatine was saying about it, it's like he was searching for this for
For generations.
And yeah, because Rey's was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it right now. I'm going to save this snake, you know, whatever. I was like, what?
Yeah, it kind of-
It's like, how
it
can
was-
someone as powerful as Palpatine not have this power? I know he's a dark bastard, but at the end of the day, you know,
Dark bastard.
Yeah.
That's what you need Rey to say. You dog bastard. Why don't you help?
You're the bastard.
Will.
Is there any other points we would like to bring up?
What bad points?
Bad points.
Go on, George. You know you got.
What are you gonna do?
Why did they go the Burning Man?
Because that's where Luke was last seen trying to find that
but
clue.
it's just the specific festival thing.
Because no, C-3PO was like, oh, it happens every 42 years.
Yeah.
Which was just coincidence.
I thought.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh no, I like the
Yeah.
Burning Man festival.
Yeah.
It's again,
Maybe it's because I've nearly been to Burning Man.
it's different.
It's just pointless.
Oh no, it's different to look at.
I guess so, yeah.
It's
like-
just the same thing with the pacing. That is my biggest problem with it.
It's the pacing.
The pacing is so quick, and you can't stop to have anything built up.
No, compared to Last Jedi, where it was moving a mile per hour,
Yeah,
and this film was like, vroom,
yeah. We're already on 5 planets. Been 10 minutes.
yeah, very much.
Boom, 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 boom.
No, the pacing was definitely, especially in the first, like you said, 10 minutes. I was like,
It's
fuck
too-
me.
It was too quick. I genuinely thought I missed something.
What did we think of Princess Leia? Of course, as we know, Carrie Fisher died, and they used deleted scenes from The Force Awakens. Could you tell it was, well, you know it was obviously hashed together, but were you impressed with how seamless it looked?
I
It
was.
did look
Well, there,
good,
there
yeah, I
are
think.
parts where they did film like the third film,
Yeah.
like, which I got, and I was there was never a point in it where it took me out of it.
I don't know, there was a lot of, I think I saw the back of Carrie Fisher's head more than the front.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, that's the limitations, and I thought they are wise and above.
Do you know, out of
Yeah.
all that stuff, I was really impressed when the helmet went up and it was like Luke Skywalker, but he's
Oh,
not.
the de-aging
Oh,
tech.
yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
But
I know,
Leia
when
didn't
I saw
look
that-
like Leia.
No, yeah, Leia didn't
Leia
have a
did not
clue.
look like the old Leia.
I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I want to watch that film.
Yeah, right. See, that's the thing. I didn't know Leia done anything like that to do with
Well,
the
no,
Force
it
or
was.
anything like that.
It wasn't really explained in Force Awakens.
Or
But-
Last Jedi.
Well, no, Last Jedi, she did fucking Superman outside the spaceship.
Yeah.
No, but Last Jedi,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
that's-
even a thing of she's on the island and she did some saber shit.
And that's to like save
yeah.
her life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But she was going to die
Yeah.
out. So it's just
Well,
like,
when she found out, didn't they say when Leia found out she was pregnant with Ben, that's when she put the lightsaber down?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, fuck me, that whole thing. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Luke in this. Fuck me, he was a complete different character from The Last Jedi. He's like, oh, I got something which she would want to give you. And yes, maybe it's because she's dead now. But when she gave him her lightsaber, I was like, maybe that would have been useful in the last film.
Yeah, right.
This all could have been. It's like, oh fuck me, this whole thing when Luke said, "Oh, because you're a Palpatine." I was like, obviously Luke didn't have the information in the Last Jedi because again, no one had that information
J.J.
in the Last
Abbrams,
Jedi. I know, but I was like, fuck me, you think that might have been useful?
Yeah.
It's one of them things you cannot introduce a new storyline when you've got the Last Jedi, which almost makes me hate's a strong word, but dislike the Last Jedi more of how this could have been executed better.
It's like there's a lot of time that would have been obviously easier to use explaining more of the third film. But you can't blame the guy from the second film. Like
he wanted to tell his story.
Yeah,
and I thought it was a good story.
No, I agree. It's just taken from like that final battle in The Last Jedi, and it's all like there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's the same place, same characters. In the last battle, in this one, it's like they're everywhere.
They are
everywhere. I don't know who's who.
It's true.
Yeah.
I really liked. What did we think of the last battle though?
Yeah, like decent. But
very Return of the Jedi.
At this point, I'm like, Star Wars battles are cool. Like,
yeah, no.
They've got a lot of stuff that looks cool. There's explosions. The guns are all cool when Jedis are introduced. Like, I like all the ships and stuff. Like the Star Destroyers and all that. Look wicked.
That fleet of Star Destroyers.
That when they first done up, I was like, the Final Order thing. I was like, yeah.
But then
I don't know anything about it.
Then they all stay on that fucking one planet. It's just like, well, that fleet is pointless. At the end of the day.
I like the way where they landed on the Star Destroyer and they got off on their horses.
Oh, I thought that was so dumb.
No, I can't wait to buy that toy.
We have a problem. They're not on speeders.
Just that each part when they got off in my head, I'm like, fuck off. What else do you want to do?
I don't know. I like that. I like the way they actually had a battle on top of a Star Destroyer. I thought, that's different enough.
Different.
Yeah.
Let's get off. Get up!
What do we think of the Star Destroyers having planet-destroying weapons?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool?
Really
I don't know.
cool.
I feel like the Death Star is the white man's penis. It's like so rimpy now in like comparison.
Compared to like, it takes like 5 minutes for that to
the Star Killer base.
Yeah,
and now you got about 50 ships in this.
Back in my day, I was the cool guy.
Yeah. I thought it's like that Simpsons meme. I was cool once. I knew what cool was. It would happen to you.
Okay, I've got a question.
Go on.
What's your most cringy moment?
Oh.
The proper like, Disney paid to have that in there.
What, you talking about the two girls kissing?
That
I
was
did.
that was a good
Well, that's just the new hot.
Yeah.
You need to have a gay couple kissing, which of course I don't have a problem with it.
No, but
It wasn't forced in at all.
For me, it was either the kiss, or it was the
The kiss between Kylo and Rey. Yeah.
Or it was like that. There's 3 people and they all hugged each other like that.
Yeah,
I was like, you would you do that?
I can see why
You'd be like,
I can see why Poe and Finn were like so close together, but Rey and that Poe don't really do much together, do they? Like they're all like best friends, and like it's just a bit like.
I like that when at the beginning when Rey and Finn land on the Millennium Falcon and it's on fire, and they start having a big bitch off. It's like, you're our best fighter, Rey. We could have needed you out there. It's like, you were in the ship. What Rey possibly could have done?
Yeah,
she could predict it.
But even that bit when it's like when like Poe's driving and like Finn's shooting all the TIE fighters, I'm like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen this 10 times. Oh, but don't worry, John Boyega is there to go, woo! I'm all there for it.
I like the bit when they're flying in the Millennium Falcon at the beginning, and for some reason there's a slug on board.
Yeah, what the fuck is
yeah,
that?
yeah.
John the slug just shouting.
And then you never see him again.
Never see him again. Yeah. Fuck it.
That's the uncle from Will Smith.
So they fucking Alien language.
Have we got any other points to bring up? Good.
Well,
bad.
the cringe is obviously
Yeah,
where
well, sorry, yeah. For
where
me,
Palpatine's
yeah.
like, I am all the Sith.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
same thing.
5 minutes later, and I'm all the Jedi. Yeah, that's like,
No, but that's very similar to in Revenge of the Sith when Grievous is like, you are doomed, and then it's just makeup face, Ewan McGregor. Oh, I don't think so.
Pretty much.
It's there, it is up there, yeah.
And it just looks like Ewan McGregor's trying to open a door. Good.
Andrew,
Okay.
cringy moments?
Oh,
For me, it's definitely the kiss.
Yeah,
definitely the kiss. Yeah.
Kiss, yeah.
It just wasn't needed at all.
There's no like end scene of it, is there?
Nah,
Like,
there's no after credits scene.
I did ask Mahoney after I was like, we sat there, and Mahoney stood up and was like, no end scene.
I liked the last bit when she went back to Luke's house. She gets on the little metal platform.
Oh, that was so fan service, mate.
No, yeah, when she went on the little metal skateboard and she went down, reminiscing to The Force Awakens of where her story began. She went down, and then she went back up. Then she buried the lightsaber. I thought that was fitting. To put
So
on
now
screen.
it's-
Why did you get rid of the lightsaber?
She's got her own.
Well, no, but
True,
now
that
what?
orange
Now is
one,
the
yeah.
idea that what? Like, there's no Jedi, there's no Sith.
Whose orange one was that anyway?
That's
Like
Rey's
Luke's?
new one, I guess.
Yeah, Rey's new one.
Rey's new
I'm-
one,
I'm
where she the twisty top one, which
Yeah.
is now $15.99 in Argos.
Yeah, but I mean, where did she get that from?
I don't know.
What there you get?
There'll be a book about it, Bauer.
I want to know. I want to know where it came from.
Maybe she found her own Kyber crystal.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, obviously.
We didn't see her get one.
Oh, nag.
I was almost disappointed that Leia's lightsaber was blue. I thought it'd be like pink. Well, that's just the sexist boy.
Can
in
I
me.
say one bit that was very cool?
Go on.
When Kylo Ren is walking through the temple in the very beginning, and Emperor Palpatine does all the different voices.
Yeah.
And then it's like Darth Vader comes back and he's like, all this time. I was like, oh shit! Like, I was like,
That's like that. Should we talk about final thoughts?
okay.
Okay, let's go around the room. Andrew, what are your final thoughts on Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker?
Overall, I thought it was a decent enough film. Definitely a few things they could have done a lot better. Definitely some things they could have taken out. The kids, for example. It was nice to see a few new funny characters. Nice to see. It was nice to see 3PO get a bit more into the film and be
C-3PO?
be more him basically. Just generally a decent enough film as it was.
George?
I think it's the worst one out of the new films.
No.
I do.
Really?
I do think it's the worst one. Genuinely, because I don't know the story. I was too confused. It's the only Star Wars film I've kind of sat there and been like, this is going too quick. I literally can't keep up. It's one Star Wars film that's literally made me feel a lot older.
Yeah, no.
Like
I get that feeling.
Yeah.
The best part of it.
Oh, slow down.
The best part of it is literally Palpatine, and it took forever to get to him. It reminded.
Isn't that the whole Star Wars saga though? Palpatine.
Well, no, because but it's like, do you know what? It reminded me of like when they were having fights, and like every time Palpatine turned up. So have you ever seen like that Godzilla film, the first one, where they constantly try to have a fight and then it cuts before they have a fight?
Yeah.
I felt like I was literally just sat there waiting for Palpatine. Don't get me wrong, I know he is the climax, but it's just there was too much going on, and the problem was when I got given that much information, I started to not care as much because I was struggling to understand it. I was struggling to even know who was who, and then when you throw a new character at me that isn't developed, isn't made into someone I don't know anything about them, I am literally only going to care about Palpatine at that point.
Sorry, George. Well, no, sorry, Bauer. I want to continue on George's point.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to your final thoughts.
Yeah.
Palpatine, we discussed how he's the best thing. How did he come back?
He's a clone, isn't he?
Is he?
This is what they
The
said.
idea is that he's So from whatever came of him when he died, they have been from like the First Order has been trying to get him back.
They clone what, like the Knights of Ren cloned him back?
I think it's more in the canon, to be honest, that he is like a clone and then he can eventually come back. And he mentions it a few times that he's like, I'm not at full power, blah, blah, blah.
But again, it's like, I hate repeating myself in this review, but if they planted the seeds throughout the trilogy, the payoff would have been so better.
Pretty much.
It's just fucking out of nowhere.
Do you think that, okay, after seeing them all now, what do you think is better, the prequels or this saga?
I think this saga.
Wow.
So, do you mean obviously episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
No, I mean episode 1, 2, 3. Or
Yeah.
episode 7, 8, 9. Which do you prefer?
Well, do you want to give you...
7, 8, 9, to be honest, I'm not going to lie.
I was going to say, do you want to give your final thoughts as well?
Yeah. Go on.
Well, to be fair, like my final thoughts is all the points have been brought up anyway, generally, and I liked the film. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was a pretty damn good film, but at the same time, I think what they've done with maybe some like the Harry Potter stuff, and like they could have done a second parter to it, so they could build up the story, and then maybe the second parter could have been then finishing off. Actually, this the
Part
saga.
1 type thing.
Yeah, so Rise of Skywalker Part 1. And
Yeah.
Part
Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah. Essentially, I think there's so much information in films nowadays, and so many plot twists and that, and like, ooh, but they need a second film to finish a saga now. They do. I generally feel that, and I feel a little bit let down, but it was a good film nonetheless. But they need another film, basically. That's what I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Andrew?
He's already done.
That's where I've done mine.
No, I meant prequel versus sequel.
Oh, ooh. Oh god, it's difficult. I'm probably just gonna have to say prequel, just because.
I agree with that. I do personally.
Yeah, I have to go prequel. Just obviously after rewatching Phantom Menace, excluding the whole Jar Jar, it was better than when I originally watched it the first time, and then episode 3 as a kid. Was my favourite Star Wars. Oh god, Mahoney's disagreeing. Oh god.
We'll get to that podcast.
Yeah, we'll get to that episode. we'll get Mahoney's thoughts then. I feel if you're asking my prequel versus sequel, I think the sequels are going to age better. They definitely don't flow the same. As bad as the prequels are, at least there's a coherent story behind it all, and every film picks up from where the last one ended, sort of thing. Whereas this feels like 3 completely different films, which has divided a huge crack in the fan base. But I'm still gonna say the sequels are better than the prequels.
So, what's your final thoughts on this film?
Like I said, it is a beautiful hot mess. It's an entertaining hot mess. It's a confusing hot mess. It's a hot mess that really needs to have a good rethink.
Like kebab and sex after a night.
Yeah.
No, it's that hot girl that's in the club.
It's the hot girl in the
She
club.
needs to go home and have a bacon sandwich. That's what she needs.
She needs that. But I feel I disagree with your point about it. I don't think there should be a Star Wars film after this. I feel they concluded the story well. The whole saga. I think that ending, I felt satisfied.
It's like that weird thing that was at the beginning. You know, like even before the film started, like, we've been in this 40 years in the making. I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
George Lucas had this in 1978. Like, oh, fucking Ray's gonna do this.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know.
Why didn't they get? Obviously, I know why, because George is batshit insane. But why couldn't they just go with George's scripts? Because Lucas originally presented his ideas for 7, 8, 9, and Disney's like, no, we're going to do our own thing.
Well, I suppose when you got that money in it, you're just like, of course we're going to be better.
Very much.
The ego drive.
Yeah, but then you lose all of the similar charm that has gone through those 6 films. To be 7, you are very correct. Like 7, 8, 9 are completely different.
Yeah.
But then I suppose that's modern day Disney Star Wars.
That's
pretty
true,
much.
yeah. Which I love Force Awakens. I still really enjoy it to this day. Last Jedi, I have a love-hate relationship for this. With The Rise of Skywalker, there was a lot of great elements which were executed poorly, I felt. And I felt, like I said, J.J. Abbrams was so busy writing his Episode 9, he forgot Episode 8.
Do you notice as well how Snoke is only mentioned once?
Yeah.
Fuck me, yeah. Just one time.
Like,
I feel like when
main villain
J.J.
for
Oh, yeah.
Two films.
I feel like when J.J. Abrams wrote Snoke, he had a grander idea, but then Rian Johnson killed him off.
Killed him off because he was like, "This is dumb."
Yeah, this is dumb.
Where's Andy Serkis in this film?
No, not in the... No.
No. Oh.
I don't... Was Andy Serkis in this?
Well, because
He was Snoke.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
does
apart
he
from the
even
clone, that's it.
does he even have a voice in like
In this film.
Yeah,
Well, he does
because
he
at
does
the beginning
Snape's
with
voice, doesn't he?
yeah.
That's about it, though.
That's about
I'm
it.
very happy that Andy Serkis got that.
Can I go back to your point before though? Like, I don't mean they should have a film after this one now, but I think they should have. If they done it within 2 films, they could have spaced it out a lot better and then finish it off a bit better as well.
So Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Part 1.
Part 1.
No.
And then they do like a lot of the story, but they can actually like George goes on the point so much that it's just too quick.
So like
everything's
Episode
too
9,
quick, so you
Revenge...
get more
Yeah.
context.
Episode 9, Revenge of the Empire. And then Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
You don't even need to call it 9.5 or
Yeah,
Part
pretty
2.
much.
Yeah. I agree. This would have been better spaced out. But again, I felt with the limitations and the cleanup JJ had to do, I thought he really pulled it off.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, limitations. He had a fair fucking few limitations in that film.
Well, it's like that's the thing. Like, as much as people bash like Avengers Endgame and stuff, and Infinity War, it was like, obviously when like they all got killed, a lot of them got killed off at the end of Infinity War. It was like, shit. Now I can go away and be like,
Oh shit.
fuck.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's a massive thing that's happened, rather than he's not actually dead.
Yeah,
Do you know? Yeah, but do you know why that film worked? Because they were carefully plotting Thanos throughout the whole series, and when he finally came out, it was such a great payoff.
Yeah,
It was.
If they were carefully,
he was like exactly what you wanted.
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly,
If they were seeding the return of Palpatine throughout Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, this would have been a great payoff. Because we've all agreed, Palpatine was the best thing in this film.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you guys think? Comment down below of your thoughts of The Rise of Skywalker, because so far it's a very Marmite film within the Star Wars community. You're either on the side that hates it or the side that loves it. I've been Mahoney.
I've been Bauer.
I've been Andrew.
And I've been George from London.
See you guys next geek.